Jim, one big moment dominates the thinking of Aberdeen fans after that one, a game-changing moment, the red card for Anthony Stewart. How did you view it?
Look, I thought at the time it was a rash tackle. I was talking to one of my staff at the time, and I had a feeling it was going to be a red card. So yeah, extremely disappointed in that one. We don't have any real disagreement with the decision. We certainly won't be. Challenging it. That's for sure. And yeah, it left us short, no doubt about it. But look, I thought Anthony and Scalesy, the two of them in particular, were excellent throughout the course of the game up until that particular moment. And yeah, it left us with a mountain to climb. There's no getting away from that fact. So I have to give credit to the players that stayed on the park. You know, the going down to 10 men is always a challenging time, but in fairness to the players, they gave it their all. They gave it absolutely everything they had in the tank on a very difficult pitch, a very heavy, bobbly pitch, which was energy zapping to say the least. And the guys kept going right till the end. And even the last dying moments of extra time, we had one or two opportunities. Scales is unlucky with one. Obviously, Coulson late on is really unlucky with his one as well. Clarkson's hit the post. So. We certainly didn't stop trying, Rob. We just unfortunately weren't able to get the equaliser.
Has Anthony spoken to the players?
Listen, he's apologised. Obviously, it's a little bit too early after the event to really discuss it in there in the dressing room. I was more trying to focus on praising the guys who stayed out there and gave their all for the jersey. And I think the supporters were immense. Again, they travelled down in great numbers, and their reaction after the game, I think, says a lot from what they saw in the performance. The team had given it their all, and were very, very unlucky in the end.
Yeah, I mean, so many good things, so many standout performances in the team today, and as a collective as well. But you don't want a pat on the back at this stage. You wanted a place in the final.
No, of course we did, and we felt coming into the game that we had a good game plan. We were willing to give up the wide areas at times. Rangers, with Michael Beale now in charge, they want to play through the middle of you. They want to try and create gaps. They want to get Tillman and Kent on the ball in the little pockets in between your back line and your midfield. And it was really important that we congested that, and the distances between the players was going to be a massive thing today. And I thought the discipline and the concentration of the players throughout the course of the game really was excellent. And the first goal that Rangers get is just very unfortunate, to be honest. I think it was Liam Scales that gets out and gets the block on it, and from where I was, it looked as if it was maybe spinning the other side of the post, but it just spun into the back of the net. Not a great deal Kel Roos could do. I think the shot initially was going the other side, and he's maybe a little bit flat-footed, but
it's a big deflection that takes it into the corner. A
huge deflection, and on another day that could go by the post out for a corner. The second goal, I think obviously the man less, the fatigue setting in. I think we get done with the ball in behind initially, and Kemar Roof, it looked as if had too much space in the middle of the 6-yard box. So that's a frustration from our point of view. But over the whole piece, I thought the players. I thought the players were excellent. I thought the first 5-6 minutes, and credit to Rangers, I thought they came flying at us and they caused us a lot of concern in the opening 5 minutes. But once the game settled down, I thought we grew into it really well, and I thought we had opportunities of our own. I think I can't remember Kel Roos having loads of saves to make. I don't think there was a great deal between him and McGregor in terms of the saves, and I think both teams had probably an equal amount of opportunities to add to the scoring. So just unfortunately we weren't able to capitalise on those opportunities that we created, albeit scored a very, very good goal with Bojan Majovski. Delighted for him to be back in among the goals. Could have had a hat-trick in the first half last Saturday, but hasn't allowed it to affect him. And Matty Kennedy, very bright, very clever in that particular moment as well. Bojan was clearly offside. Matty recognised that. He kept going. The Rangers backline stopped, and Bojan finished it with a plum. So, look, it's we could sit here or stand here and talk about the ifs, buts, and maybes. Unfortunately for us as a club, we're out of the cup. It's great to get here, but it's not what we wanted as an end game. You know, we wanted to go all the way, and we wanted to have a cup final to look forward to in February, and unfortunately that's not the case.
Moving on is what you have to do. It's a big game at Tynecastle on Wednesday night against Hearts, and I guess at the moment you'll have a few question marks about who's available for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. The physio and the rest of the medical team are going to be extremely busy tomorrow. You know, there's a lot of guys cramping up out there. Again, the surface has played a huge part. I know there was torrential rain here yesterday, but you know, a pitch in the National Stadium, you know, with very few games on it in the last few months, shouldn't cut up the way that it has done in that one particular game. And you know, that's not me making an excuse. I don't think the pitch suited either team. So yeah, we've got a lot of fatigue, as you'd imagine. Hearts have had a couple of days extra to recover from their game against St Mirren. So yeah, they might be a little bit fresher than us, and we might have to utilise the squad. Kel Roos looked as if he's hurt his thigh. Duke was struggling early on with a calf. So you know, we're just going to have to assess the squad in the morning and then put a team on the park on Wednesday that's going to be good enough and competitive enough to go and get us the result we want.
It's difficult to talk about pluses when it's still so fresh and still so painful on the back of what's happened here, but that sort of performance against most other teams is going to give you a win.
Without a doubt, and I think there was lots of good individual performances, but it was the collective unit for me that pleased me most. You know, I thought, as I said, you know, the stuff that we worked on in the build-up to the game was about the shape of the team, in and out of possession, because you know, even when we were attacking at one end, I thought at Ibrox we left ourselves open a lot when we were in possession of the ball in their final third, and we were getting done on the break far too many times. I thought we sorted that out there today, and even in the last league fixture I thought we had a far better shape about us. And I think, you know, you look at the last league fixture, this fixture here today, very little between the two teams, you know, and we're just extremely disappointed that we weren't able to get the result that we wanted. But look, we have to pick ourselves up. We can't, you know, you don't have a great deal of time to get over these things, especially when the games are coming as thick as fast as what they're going to be now in the next few weeks. You know, we're going to be Saturdays and Wednesdays for a couple of weeks at least now, so it's going to be challenging times for the squad, but that's why we've got a good, healthy, competitive squad, so that when we need to make the kind of changes that we have to make, potentially on Wednesday, the players coming in are of equal quality.
Thanks, Jim. See you Wednesday.
Okay, thanks, Rob.